Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live patient release. My name is Kelly, and I'm one of the animal care specialists here at Sea Turtle Inc. And today we're going to be releasing 3 patients. And the first one is actually already ready. So we have Casey that is putting Nyla of the Sea into her bin, and we are ready to load her up into the car. Nyla of the Sea was very severely entangled in fishing line. So you can see this flipper over here that she still has a little bit of that scabbing going on, but she had 6.9 pounds of fishing line, weights, and hooks stuck to her. She had a decent amount of injuries to those flippers, so she's been healing that from the time that she got here, and she is doing absolutely amazing. We were a little bit worried that she wasn't going to be able to keep that flipper, but she was a fighter and she decided that she wanted to keep it. So we're going to go ahead and pick her up and start going over to load her into the car. But she was found by people at Isla Blanca. So Isla Blanca is an area on South Padre Island, but we are so lucky to have a member of the public come in and give us a call on our emergency line. We have a 24/7 emergency line, so if you guys ever find a turtle here at South Padre Island, please give us a call. If a turtle is out of the water, that means that something is wrong. So we need to bring them in, give them a checkup, and we will then take care of them before they're able to be released back into the wild, just like Nyla of the Sea. We are getting ready to load her up. She is one of our very large patients, and she is about 75 pounds. So today we are actually going to be having 2 people releasing her. So that's going to be myself and Casey, who's going to be releasing Nyla. Nyla of the Sea has her name because the member of the public found her, and it means Princess of the Sea. So we were very excited for that name. We always get the most interesting names from the public, and it makes all of us very happy to have these fun names. So we love it when you guys get to name the turtles too. So today we are coming to you from the world's largest fully enclosed sea turtle hospital. We only opened about a month ago, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So you guys can kind of see around me. It is big, it is beautiful. We feel very lucky to be here. We have fantastic medical equipment. We have wonderful water quality. And these turtles are getting some of the best care that they honestly could ask for. So right now you guys are looking at our clinic. We have a couple of exam tables, and we have a couple of tanks in there as well for patients who just need a little bit more care. Currently, we have 13 patients. And 3 of them are being released. Most of these guys are found either on the beach or in the jetties. The jetties are where we get most of our patients. And actually, surprisingly, none of these guys came from the jetties today. But we do have a couple of patients that did get stuck in those jetties. Whenever that happens, that's because they will be eating algae off of the rocks, and they will accidentally get pushed into those rocks and unfortunately get stuck. But it's very exciting. Right now, it is nesting season. So yesterday, we actually were fortunate enough to have our very first Kemp's Ridley sea turtle nest. And she was able to lay that nest in city limits. We were able to see her. We have fantastic video of her. We actually went live for that moment as well. And she was an absolutely fantastic mom. We were able to take that nest into our nice, safe corral. And hopefully in a couple of months, we will see those hatchlings. But we are in full-blown nesting season, so we are very excited about that. And we are now getting ready to pull our second patient. So we are going to be following Casey and Avery today, or Casey and Avery. So here we are pulling Spence. Spence is another one of our Atlantic green sea turtles. And he is, as you could tell, is very feisty and very ready to go home. He is pretty small, but he is very excited to go. So, how do you feel about getting splashed by Spence today?
This is what he always does, so it was expected.
This is one of our rehabilitation interns, Avery, and she's going to be helping us with our release today, too. So we are going to walk with Spence to his bin, but Spence was found washed up on the shore around mile marker 10 on the island, and he just was a little bit sleepy, a little bit debilitated. So we brought him in, gave him some medication, some fluids, and he's obviously feeling a lot better. He's very spicy. We like it when our turtles are feisty because that means that they are very ready to go home. These are live and wild animals, and they are, we try and treat them like they are wild still. So if you guys do see turtles in the wild, please do not grab them. Please do not try and touch them. They are an endangered species, but please do give us a call if you see one that is washed up on the beach or stuck in the rocks or anything like that. But we are getting ready to pull Puente. Puente is Spanish for bridge, and he was found floating under the Long Island Village Bridge. There we go. All right. How do you feel about Puente going home?
I'm so excited for him, and I can't wait to release him.
We're so excited for it, too. So Puente came in, and he had a pretty severe crack on his shell, on his carapace, and on his plastron. So Haley, could you hold him up for 1 second? You can see all that healing wound right there. So he's looking way, way better, and he is so ready to go home. So we are going to be... how long does it take a sea turtle to heal? So Puente came in early February. So it did take him a little bit of time, especially because of how severe his wound was. But as you can see, he does have a really good healed shell. All of this here was cracked, and it is completely solid now. And he is also very excited to go home. Very, very sweet. But we are ready to head out to the vehicles. So we are going to be walking out there with those turtles right now. Oh, yes. Where are all of you guys watching from? I know that I have some family in New Jersey that's watching, and I hope that we're seeing people from all over the world. So we love seeing where you guys are watching from. So it is a windy day here on South Padre. So you guys might hear that on the microphones just a little bit. But we are getting ready to go out to the convention center, which is where we are going to be releasing these turtles. We are releasing them on the bay side of the island. So soon you guys will be seeing Victoria. Victoria is coming to you guys from the bay side of the island, the Laguna Madre. And we will be seeing them very soon.
Hey, Kelly, thank you so much for getting us started over there at the hospital. Are you guys excited?
I know we're excited. I hope you guys are too.
Awesome. So we'll hop in that truck and we'll see you here shortly, okay?
All right. I'm about to hop in to help drive these guys over, and we will see you guys there in just a second.
Awesome. All right, guys. So we are here in the Laguna Madre Bay. If you guys can't see all the water around us, we are about knee deep, and we're waiting for these sea turtle patients to come out here so we can release them in the perfect area for them. So if you all didn't know, our green sea turtles are the most common sea turtle species that we see here in South Padre Island, and that's because of the food source that we have here. So all along the Laguna Madre Bay, we have 80% of all the seagrass that is found in the state of Texas here in this one bay alone. So we get many of those greens that will come in and they'll eat that seagrass. they actually will eat so much of that seagrass that it'll turn their insides green. So their fat deposits will actually give that green tint in color. And so that's why they get their name as green sea turtles. But this Laguna Madre Bay, it's also very popular for fishing, guys. So if you guys are locals, you already will know this, that we have a lot of game fish that fishermen are out there always in the hunt for. And for you fishermen, we also have a special prize for you guys. So we are selling raffle tickets for a shallow soccer boat. I know you guys are very particular about your boats. So if you really want to see exactly what you are trying to get, we have that boat parked in our parking lot. So those raffle tickets are going fast. We are not selling much of them, and they are $100 each. So make sure you follow the link below. You can purchase that ticket online, or you can come to Sea Turtle Inc. and purchase that ticket on site. But another thing that is going on at Sea Turtle currently is that we are, like Kelly said, in nesting season. We actually did have our second nesting sea turtle today, and I actually have one of our conservation interns, Shannon. So Shannon, I heard that you had your first nest. How was it?
It was amazing. I had my day off yesterday, and when I got the call, I jumped out of bed and got changed quick. And actually, a member of the public called it in, and the whole team was able to get there. First nest. It was amazing. We got to see her digging, laying her eggs, and then returning back to the ocean. And I got to help excavate the nest and put it into the corral. So, yeah, it was amazing, and everyone just being there for us and supporting us.
That's so great. So was she bigger than you expected? Were the eggs smaller than you expected? Like, what were you thinking and what were you going through?
I think she was definitely bigger than I expected. I know that she was a returner about 2 years ago. She nested on the island, so that was really cool. I know Lindsay, who's on the conservation team, she was actually there 2 years ago when she was nesting, so it was really cool to see her again. The eggs, we practiced excavating nests with ping pong because that's about the size of the actual eggs. But it was amazing just being able to find them and then put them into the corral. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so great. So yeah, that's just one of the things that you guys can experience if you become an intern here with us. Our conservation team is working 24/7 throughout the months of April to August to try to locate as many nests as we can, since the Kemp's-Ridley sea turtle is the most critically endangered species of all 7. So like she said, we will try to locate as many of those nests, and sometimes we get lucky enough to actually see the mama on the sand, but it is actually quite rare. So this was an awesome experience that we got to see the same mama come back. And the way that we know that is that because we will put a pit tag in their left flipper. So that pit tag is about the size of a grain of rice, and it is basically implanted. So when they come back to our beach, we can scan their flipper and we can see when they were with us and how long ago and how often they have come back. And repeating about that is that we actually had a patient also, Hookie, who came back. So we call them reoffenders. So all our patients, just like our mamas and our cold stun patients, will get that microchip in them, or that pit tag, and we're able to see when they come back. So Hookie was actually released last week. So if you followed us, then you'll know that he was released because he did have a hook in his beak. And guess what? He came back to our facility for the same reason. So he is really earning that name, a Hookie. And it probably is that he is trying to find that easy bait out there and is getting hooked there at the jetties. But we are still waiting for our team to come out. So if you guys have any questions for us right now, you can put them down in the comments and we can get to them while we're waiting here for our staff members. Carlos is our media guy, like I like to call him. So he is going to be on the other side and he will feed me your questions. So if you guys are tuning in from another state or another city, make sure you say hello from us and we'll give you a shout out as well as answer those questions for you guys.
I have a question.
Sure, Carlos.
Do you have any events coming up?
Yeah, so we have summer camps coming up. We are starting in June, so it's like the perfect time for you students who are out of school and looking for something exciting and new and dabble your fingers in marine biology. We'll have different summer camps throughout June, July, and August. And because Easter is coming up this Sunday, we are going to have a scavenger hunt, guys. Super exciting. We're going to have a lot of eggs that will be hitting throughout the facility. We will even have a couple prizes. Okay, so those special ones that find that special egg, you will get a prize. But to get more information on that, please follow us on Facebook, and we will be posting a little more detail and a little more information of that event. But it will be happening this Sunday on Easter Day. Sure. So some easy ways that you guys can help during our nesting season is when you're out here at the island and you build your beautiful sandcastles, just make sure you remember to put that sandcastle down, flatten it out as much as possible, kind of like how you found the beach before you got there. We don't want these females to come up to that sandcastle and find that large sandcastle and not be able to go through it or around it or even get scared by it. So she will head back into the ocean. And unfortunately, sometimes if she doesn't find another place, those eggs won't make it to the sand. So we want her to come back to our beach so she can bury her eggs. Some other ways is by filling in your holes. We have these mamas that are coming and crawling into the beach all the way into the sand dunes. So they're actually coming up a few yards. And in that area, it needs to be nice and flat for them, and we don't want them falling in those holes. Since sea turtles cannot actually go backwards, they only move forward. All right, Carlos, I can see that we have a question. Can you read it out to me?
Of course. So we're all excited about nesting season. Yesterday was the first day of nesting. We had a great time, and the whole team was there, so it was a really exciting day. But the question is, how long does the nesting season last?
Sure. Good question. So we are typically doing patrols through the months of April to August. We'll usually see that high number in April, May, and June, and then it'll start taper off in July and August. But we are still going to do patrols throughout the entire time, just in case we get any other species of sea turtles. So the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle is the most common sea turtle that we see coming to nest here on South Padre Island. But it doesn't mean that we may not get a surprise visit of a green sea turtle like we have in some years in the past, and they will come later on in the summer. So we're always consistently patrolling South Padre Island as well as Boca Chica, making sure that we try to locate as many of those nests throughout nesting season. Oh my gosh, yeah. So the hatchlings will hatch within 48 to 52 days, depending on the temperature of the environment. And because we're a very hot location here on South Padre Island, they are typically being hatched closer to the 48 marker. And it is very exciting. I actually haven't been able to release my first hatchling. So I'm really excited for this nesting season. And hopefully I get blessed with that ability of releasing these hatchlings on the sand so we can see them crawl into the water. It is apparently the cutest thing ever. And so I'm really excited about seeing them. They have the cutest little noses since they have kind of like a point area that will help break up that shell or the egg that they're in order for them to break out and crawl their way up. So I just can't wait to see that. I know my interns are super excited about that as well. Hey, Carlos, do you have another question for me?
Actually, this time around, I don't have any questions, but I'm really excited because we have people from all over the states. So we have people from Alabama. We have Ms. Banca. We also have someone else watching us from Ohio, and people from Washington that are also watching.
All right. So I hear that Carlos has people from Alabama, all over the country.
And we will post them in the comments.
Yes, make sure you guys are commenting below. Where are you coming from? Where are you viewing from? I know our interns have a bunch of family out there that are probably watching them live. So I will give you guys a short little minute here where you can say hi to your family, guys. So wave hi, Dixie. Hi, Shannon. There you go. All right, so I see our staff, our intern making their way out into the bay. As you can say, it's a very long way from shore. So I know Nyla of the Sea is probably on the heavier side and a little bit more of a challenge to get over here. But you can see that Kelly and Casey are both making that trip out here. And we do have 2 of our interns in the front. So we are releasing our green sea turtles in the bay this time of year because the bay is nice and warm for them, as well as their food source is here on this side. So most of the greens will hang out here in the bay because of that green seagrass. And sometimes we'll see them at the jetties. They'll eat the algae and the sea lettuce that is growing on the rocks there. All right, so my first intern here is Avery. Avery, who do you have here?
I have Spence today.
All right, Spence. So Spence is a juvenile green sea turtle. He is much smaller than Nyla back there, but he looks like he's ready to go. So Avery, if you want to let him out. And what we're looking here, guys, is for that goodbye breath, making sure they look like they're swimming in the right direction. We don't want them coming back into the shallow water. But sometimes these patients are so ready to go that they don't bless us with a goodbye breath since they're so excited and they're making their way out into the Laguna Madre where they will find that green seagrass. All right, Shannon. So who do you have?
I have Puente.
All right, Puente. So you guys could see, and I know Kelly already showed you some of the abrasions and cuts and scrapes that he had. So he has already healed up and he is ready to go. Bye, Puente. All right, so he turned right into me, but he's making his way back out. So we're just going to keep an eye on him. And there's that goodbye breath that we like to see. And he might come up for another one. Yeah, there it is. All right. And our last patient of the day, we have Nyla. Ready? All right, guys. So big lift. And she is going out.
I know.
Yeah, she's so excited to be home, right, guys? So you can see how she blends in very well with our sand here and the color of our waters. So she'll be making it out. And shortly, you won't be able to see her anymore. So we're going to wave goodbye to Nyla. Wish her good luck. And into the bay she goes. All right, guys. So again, our Laguna Madre Bay is very popular for fishing. So you guys out there that want to join the sport, remember that we are having a boat raffle here at Sea Turtle Inc. You can purchase those tickets using the link below or coming on site. Come and say hello to our patients and our residents while you get that ticket. And if you want to get a close-up look at the shallow stalker, it is parked in our front parking lot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate all of your support, and we hope to see you on site for Easter this Sunday. Bye, guys.